Hello viewers. I'm sharing latest VMware interview question and answers which will enable you to crack any VMware interview with an ease in year 2024. Keep watching my videos for latest videos and interview patterns. Subscribe to my channel and click on notification bell for latest video updates. Let's begin with the video. Question 65. What is MBR and GPT disks? Answer. MBR means Master Boot Record. It is an older disk type first introduced with IBM PC-DOS 2.0 in 1983. It's named after the boot sector located at the very beginning of a drive, the first sector, called MBR. Below is a simplified structure of an MBR disk. Pause video and check below image for reference. MBR sector. The first sector on both an MBR disk and a GPT disk is the MBR sector. It takes up 512 bytes and contains the master boot code, 446 bytes, disk partition table, DPT, 64 bytes, and the boot signature, 2 bytes, which marks the end of the MBR sector. The information in this sector describes how the partitions are organized on the current storage device. Thus, when it's corrupted, you won't be able to use the disk until you rebuild MBR partitions. To use a disk for data storage, you need to divide it into chunks called partitions. Partitions can be categorized as primary partitions and extended partitions on an MBR disk. Primary partitions are those you can install the operating system on and make active in order to boot the computer from it. Excluding the space taken by primary partitions, the space left on a disk is called an extended partition. Unlike a primary partition, an extended partition is a storage unit that you can only use to create multiple logical drives or partitions, and the extended partition doesn't have any drive letter or file system. It's more like a container for one or more logical partitions that have driver letters and file systems. Since the disk partition table is 64 bytes in total and the information of each partition is 16 bytes, you can create at most 4 primary partitions in MBR disks. GPT means GUID partition table. It is the new standard compared to MBR first introduced as part of the UEFI initiative. Compared with the MBR partitioning scheme, it's more flexible and has better compatibility with modern hardware. Pause video and check below image for reference. Sector 1 in image is protective MBR section. The first sector on a GPT disk is also the MBR sector. Different from the one on an MBR disk, the protective MBR on a GPT disk serves the function of preventing tools that only supports MBR disks from misrecognizing and overwriting GPT disks. Pause video and check below image for reference. Sector 2 in image is primary GPT header section. The second sector on a GPT disk stores the primary GUID partition table header. It defines the location and size of the partition entries that consist of the partition table and the cyclic redundancy check, CRC32, checksum that is used to verify the integrity of the GPT header. When CRC detects data corruption, it will attempt to recover the data using the backups stored at the end of the disk. Sector 3 in image is partition entries section. From the third sector to the 34th sector, 32 sectors in total, are the partitions entries. Theoretically, you can create unlimited partitions on a GPT disk. However, the number of the partition you are able to create will be limited by the operating system. For example, under Windows, each partition entry is 128 bytes, thus, you can create a maximum number of 128 partitions under Windows. This is what differs a GPT disk from an MBR disk remarkably. Sector 4 in image is partitions section. There is no extended partition or logical partitions on a GPT disk since there are no limits on how many primary partitions you can create. Sector 5 and 6 in image is backup partition entries and primary GPT header section. GPT disks back up the primary GPT header and the partition entries automatically on the last sectors on the disk. That's why GPT disks are safer and more reliable than MBR disks. When the GPT header or partition table is corrupted, these backups will be helpful to restore the data. Question 66. What are the difference between MBR and GPT disks in VMware? Answer. Difference between MBR and GPT disks are as below. Point 1. MBR disk only supports the legacy BIOS mode, basic input-output system, whereas GPT disk supports UEFI mode, Unified Extensible Firmware Interface. Point 2. BIOS MBR only support up to 2 terabits disk size, whereas UEFI GPT supports disk size more than 2 terabits. Point 3. BIOS MBR is a slower boot process, whereas UEFI GPT boots faster. Point 4. MBR disk type supports all OS types, whereas GPT disks only supports OS version except for 32-bit Windows XP and Windows Server 2003 editions. All versions of Windows, like Windows 10 or 8.1 or 7 or XP or Vista, can read and write GPT disks. Point 5. To boot from an MBR disk, ensure the motherboard in the computer is BIOS or UEFI with BIOS mode. However, to boot from the GPT disk, you need UEFI-based PCs. Point 6. GPT disks also offer greater resilience to corruption as compared to MBR disks. Question 67. What is the boot order in BIOS MBR disks and UEFI GPT disks? Answer. Both BIOS and UEFI are essentially low-level software that starts when you power on your PC. BIOS is the more traditional way and UEFI the newer. The boot process of BIOS. First, powers on. Second, power on self-test, post. Third, loads BIOS. Fourth, identifies the boot device. Fifth, BIOS detects the code stored in the MBR sector. Sixth, the MBR loads code from the boot sector of the active partition. Seventh, the boot sector loads and runs the bootloader. The boot process of UEFI. First, powers on. Second, the boot manager in UEFI checks the boot configuration. Third, the boot manager loads into memory and executes the OS loader or OS kernel. We will get a slower boot process using BIOS as compared to UEFI. Question 68. How to rebuild MBR if got corrupted? Answer. Repair or rebuild MBR in Windows 10. Step 1. Boot from the recovery USB or the original installation DVD. Step 2. Move to the install screen and click Repair your computer. Pause video and check below image for reference. Step 3. On the Choose an Option screen, choose Troubleshoot, Advanced Options, Command Prompt. Pause video and check below image for reference. Step 4. Input the command lines and press Enter each time. Boot rec/fix MBR. Boot rec/fix boot. Boot rec/scan OS. Boot rec/rebuild BCD. Pause video and check below image for reference. Step 5. Remove the DVD USB from your PC. Step 6. Input exit and restart your PC. Question 69. What is data store and VMFS in VMware? Answer. To store virtual disks, ESXi uses data stores. The data stores are logical containers that hide specifics of physical storage from virtual machines and provide a uniform model for storing the virtual machine files. The data stores that you deploy on block storage devices use the native vSphere Virtual Machine File System (VMFS) format. It is a special high-performance file system format that is optimized for storing virtual machines. Versions of VMFS data stores. Several versions of the VMFS file system have been released since its introduction. ESXi supports VMFS 3, VMFS 5, and VMFS 6. Storage device formats and VMFS data stores. You can deploy VMFS data stores on 512N and 512E storage devices. When you set up a new VMFS data store, GPT is used to format the device. In specific cases, VMFS can support the MBR format. VMFS data stores as repositories. ESXi can format SCSI-based storage devices as VMFS data stores. VMFS data stores primarily serve as repositories for virtual machines. Sharing a VMFS data store across hosts. As a cluster file system, VMFS lets multiple ESXi hosts access the same VMFS data store concurrently. VMFS metadata updates. A VMFS data store holds virtual machine files, directories, symbolic links, RDM descriptor files, and so on. The data store also maintains a consistent view of all the mapping information for these objects. This mapping information is called metadata. VMFS locking mechanisms. In a shared storage environment, when multiple hosts access the same VMFS data store, specific locking mechanisms are used. These locking mechanisms prevent multiple hosts from concurrently writing to the metadata and ensure that no data corruption occurs. Snapshot formats on VMFS. When you take a snapshot, the state of the virtual disk is preserved, which prevents the guest operating system from writing to it. A delta or child disk is created. The delta represents the difference between the current state of the VM disk and the state that existed when you took the previous snapshot. On the VMFS data store, the delta disk is a sparse disk. Question 70. What could be the VM performance issue in VMware? Answer. There could be multiple reasons. Below are listed some possibilities to begin with. 1. Verify that the reduced performance is unexpected behavior. 2. Verify that you are running the most recent version of the VMware product being used. 3. Check that VMware Tools is installed in the virtual machine and running the correct version. 4. Review the virtual machine's virtual hardware settings and verify that you have provided enough resources to the virtual machine, including memory and CPU resources. 5. Ensure that any antivirus software installed on the host is configured to exclude the virtual machine files from active scanning. Install antivirus software inside the virtual machine for proper virus protection. 6. Check the storage subsystem on the host and verify that it is configured for optimal performance. 7. Verify that there are enough free resources on the host to satisfy the requirements of the virtual machine. 8. Disable the CPU power management features on the host. In some cases, these features can cause CPU performance issue with virtual machines. 9. Verify that host networking issues are not impacting the performance of the virtual machine. 10. Verify that the host operating system is working properly and is in a healthy state. When the host is not working correctly, it may draw excessive resources from the guests. 11. Check inside VM OS if any installed application is consuming resources. Question 71. How to create memory dump file for VMs using snapshot or suspending VM? Answer. Below are the steps to create memory dump file for VM. Easiest ways is to use GUI and suspend VM and run step 7 to create dump file. 1. If VM SS2 core is not available in the VMware install directories, it can be downloaded. 2. Run the VM SS2 core tool with the correct option, depending on your guest OS, to create a memory dump. VM SS2core.x space -w8 space virtual machine name.vm ss space virtual machine name.vmm 3. Start a SSH session to the host. 4. Run this command to determine the world ID of the virtual machine. VM-support --X. 5. Run this command to suspend the virtual machine. VM-support --Z world ID. 6. Copy the virtual machine name.vm.ss file to the location where you have the VM-SS to core tool. 7. Run the VM-SS to core tool with the option to create a memory dump. VM-SS to core --W8 virtual machine name.vm.ss. Stay tuned in for next upcoming video series of recent interview questions asked by interviewers in 2024. All the best for your interview. We will help you to be prepared with latest unexpected question series and you will be able to answer them successfully.